sure you'll be okay for Christmas, Illy.
Goodness gracious.
Oh, I could put it down to COVID, but it's not.
Doesn't stay in bed in the morning, like, especially when it's cold outside.
You know what? The whole world changed with COVID, didn't it? Everything that happens since is because of it. Everything. Funny old times we live in. Thank goodness it's Christmas round the corner, and we can eat, drink, and be merry and get absolutely rat-arsed.
Hope so.
It's about 11 days in the UK, isn't it, Mel? Is that right? 11 days holiday. If you book 2 days holiday and you put all the things together, you get 11 days off, which is pretty damn good.
And I recommend everybody stays at home, as there's going to be no trains, no aircraft.
But we got each other, haven't we? And we've got got the telly. I mean, I'll be on my TV as usual. Carry On films.
Oh, Ruth Mallock! Just seen the news. Ruth Mallock's on.
I know, isn't that sad? Do you know what I did her? You know what I did for her? She had a fall, and then she did that thing where she's 79. She went into hospital, had surgery, and I'm afraid the anaesthetics did for her. And it's so common.
But my original question was, did you do like voice over work or like BBC radio?
I have done some. I'm not the voice they want for audiobooks because they don't like my acting, and you have to be an absolute actor to do that. Oh yeah. And it's getting more and more select. Most of the people who now read audiobooks have all done radio plays and things, and done multiple characters and stuff. It's a difficult market to get into.
Yeah, I've got audiobooks at the moment.
I'm listening to Stephen King's audio. Some bugger uploaded it to YouTube, and it was up there for a day, and it's in 3 parts, about 20 hours, and it's called Fairy Tale. I thought I'll have that, and I am loving it. It's brilliant, brilliant book.
It's very good.
Scary.
I'm not going to say it's every fairy tale you've ever listened to in one story, and you'll identify it. It's such a clever book. I really, really like it.
So there's stories I'll recognize in it, kind of woven into it.
It's one story, so it's all one story, but you will identify with different parts from different fairy tales. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
It's still up on YouTube.
Only part 1, unfortunately. That's the first 7 hours. It's actually a 20-hour book. I listen to a couple of hours a night, but if you've got a credit on Audible, Illy, I absolutely recommend it. And is it scary? I would say only insofar as the sort of nightmares that the fairy tales paint. But it's just such a good book. I really like it.
I'll listen to the little trailer thing of it.
Well, you can, as the first part is on YouTube, you could listen to the first 7 hours of it. I mean, if you still like it half an hour in, then get it. But I would say that it's strange how it seems to be like a 7-hour story and then a 14-hour story. It seems to have like a great big junction in it, but it's still really, really good. You like The Wizard of Oz, didn't you, Illy? You like the original, the real story of it. Well, that's what this is. This will have the real stories of the thing, but it happens to just a character in one long story.
Okay. That sounds kind of cool.
Well, he's such a good writer. He is so good at it.
Good evening, all.
Was it good evening?
Satori.
Yes, do you remember me? I remember you. We spoke about David Icke the previous time.
Yes, we spoke about David Icke, and you thought that he should be the next president, am I right?
No, not quite. I love his talks though. But what writer did you talk about just now?
It's a book
Oh,
called
yeah.
Mary.
Stephen King.
Stephen King. Did you talk about what the Wizard of Oz, or did I miss it?
Yeah, Mel, I have got it downloaded if you need it sent. But if you listen to the first bit of it and see if you get into it. But like I say, the part 2 and part 3 of it are very different from part 1 of it.
What is that?
Yeah, I've got
Fairy
part 1.
tales.
I'm going to listen to that tonight. So.
Tell me if you want to hear more and I'll send it to you.
Thank you. Appreciate it.
You know, I do a search every night at bedtime, don't you? First search is MM audiobook, what's been uploaded today. Then I do Stephen King audiobook, and then I do all audiobooks. It takes me about 15 minutes, but you'd be surprised at how much stuff comes up. So the elephant in the room is the football, isn't it? How do we feel? Are we overly bothered?
What happened with the football?
I know
Lost.
Mel's jubilant, but I'm not particularly bothered.
That
Oh, don't get me wrong. I would have been jubilant if we won, but because I'm not allowed to have that. You see, I'm not allowed to have football in my sports lineup really, because it causes arguments. Because I watch so many other sports, so I don't follow that. I just follow the highlights. But yeah, I'm not that bothered. But then I'm not a huge football fan.
If we got through, I certainly would have watched the into the semis and the final. But
They were all. What bothered me this evening was in the pub opposite the road, opposite where I am. They all started coming out at half time. I thought, oh, here we go. I'm sure that there'll still be some at 2 or 3 in the morning smashing up the place. But thankfully, it's actually cold enough to keep them indoors, isn't it?
Mel, you don't have to be sorry. France won. It's fair and square. You don't.
No,
have to be
yeah,
sorry.
congratulations. Well done. And besides, it's not my sport. Snooker's my sport. But every time Ronnie O'Sullivan wins anything, I feel like the football fans tonight who lost. Feel the same on
He's not in it on Monday, is he? Or going to be on?
He's bound to be. I haven't actually looked at the lineup, but absolutely, yeah, it's ranking, so he will be in it.
Or one of the presenters, which is even worse.
Oh, that's when we get a simulcast from Eurosport, which is also carried on Quest and Discovery, and that is Ronnie and Jimmy White. But when it's the BBC, like it will be in January, you won't see them. But we haven't heard from Dennis this year, so whether he's still with the Beeb, I don't know. You know they fired him and Virgo, don't you, last year?
No.
Yeah, at the end of the Crucible, they gave him 12 months contract, 12 months termination, and it was to end just before the Crucible. Well, Virgo has already been signed up by WST, so therefore he's automatically a commentator in the next thing, but I haven't heard anything from Demis, so I don't know yet. I do like a bit of Dennis, because he says, oh, that's a wonderful shot, if only it had gone in.
Yes.
His commentary makes me laugh, so I hope they do sign him up.